actual
while
people
you're in
that I
prison?
lived with. Yeah, my father died, my grandma died.
While you're in jail,
my brother-in-law
your father
died. Yeah, my brother-in-law died. My cousin died.
So wait, hold up. When your dad dies,
Yeah.
first, how do you find out?
Okay, so you get. It depends, bro. Like what level of security yard you're on, right? So when my father died, I was on a 3-yard, and we just happened to be on lockdown. So
why were you on a 3-yard? Because you should have been on a less level if you've been in for a period of time. Because were you getting in fights or getting in trouble?
I was getting in fights. I was getting cell phones took from me all the time. I was
You're
the
doing
flips,
the
the
most.
little I was doing the most. So I was on a 3-yard. We're on lockdown. I forgot the real reason we're on lockdown, but I'm sure the homies did something. But so what happens is they call them counselors. They're still officers of the law, but they're considered counselors. They come to your cell and they tell you that there's a family emergency. They need to give you a phone call. They don't tell you why. They're very vague. You know, they don't want you to wig out.
But they tell you there's a family emergency.
There's a family emergency. You need to get on the phone.
Because what are you thinking?
I'm thinking death. You know, well, I mean, we buried a lot of people in my family, so automatically it's death. But you know, it's kind of like a out of body experience. You're not sure what to think. You know, because where you're at, you're like I was in Mississippi at the time. So
why in Mississippi, dude?
They were just bouncing me around, bro. To be honest with you, I was getting in trouble a lot of prisons.
No crimes out of state?
Huh?
You got caught for no crimes out of state?
No, but it was a state of emergency. Arnold Schwarzenegger had signed a bill. So what California was doing, they were renting prisons in other states and filling them up with us.
Sending them over there.
Yeah.
Okay, we got over.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was so overcrowded. Yeah, it was fucking ugly. Overcrowding was fucking horrible. So anyways, so I'm in Mississippi. Counselor comes. We got an emergency phone call for you. You need to call your family. All right, cool. I go, and then they'll have you. They put you in a cage with a phone in it. You know what I'm saying? And then the phone has access to outside. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So they'll let you call. They'll give you a free phone call, and then you find out. For me personally, they let me I think I sat there for like 4 hours, for like a good 4 hours. I remember obviously sobbing, crying.
This is after you heard the news.
After I heard the news, yeah.
Who did you call to find out?
I called home. My sister. My sister answered.
She said, hey.
And she said, Pops is gone. There was a few details, you know what I'm saying? But basically that was it. To be honest with you, I can't really remember.
Were you
you hear it and then it just, you know?
Did you start bawling?
Well, of course. Yeah. Hell yeah. I was sobbing. That's my daddy, to this day. Shit.
And then were you thinking at that time, I can imagine because you're all alone, you're fucking trapped, you can't do shit. Did you feel like maybe that was the lowest of the low?
That was the moment that changed my life, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah. Because I had come to terms with holding myself accountable. I was in prison. I stopped blaming the world for all my bullshit, and I held myself accountable. But I wanted a sense of redemption when I got out. And to me, the best way to redeem myself was to take care of my dad in his older age. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And then the death of my mother really created a wedge between me and my dad. So me and my dad never really had conversations that you want to have with your dad. You feel what I'm saying? My dad never got a chance to show me how to shave,
I don't think I showed you how to shave.
It's important, man. You know what I'm saying?
Look at his little mustache.
Yeah.
I need to put some little cream on it. Let the cat lick it off.
Yeah. We never got a chance to talk about how he met my mom. None of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Things that you're supposed to have with your father. We never really got to do it.
Yeah, I can understand how that shit hits you so hard and you can't do shit.
Can't do shit. Well, I didn't even want to go back to the tear crying, You can't. You can't. You know what I mean? It's just kind of you don't want to go back like that because you don't know what other people are going through or what. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's not a...
You don't want to depress the whole...
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then, honestly, prison is more about forgetting the outside world in your life. That's the biggest key to getting through time, especially when you're doing a lot of time.
Who told you that? When you go in there, you go, hey, you're getting fucking 10 years. You go in there just going back and going, I'm fucked. You're sitting with your hands in your head. What do I do? Who comes and goes, peps you up and go, bro, relax. It's just time.
The dude's doing life.
And they come and talk to you.
They come and tell you like, bro, that 10 years is gonna go fast as fuck.
They do. They kind of give you inspiration.
Well, yeah, they basically tell you like to apply yourself. They're like, hey, don't just sit there. Like work out. Like fucking read. Like
so there is some type of motivation.
Well, there has to be. There has to be hope, bro. Like you gotta understand, dog. Like for whatever it's worth, you know, I look at people when they snitch and try to get out of doing time as them running from their blessings, bro. Like to be honest with you, most of us don't get arrested. We get rescued. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of us. Let me ask you something. You think I'd be alive still right now? Like, or you think I wouldn't have got life? Not doing what I was exactly right. The life I was living, I wasn't gonna make it to this. I wasn't gonna mature to this point where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't gonna stick up for my people when it. You know what I'm saying? Like so many things would have never came, but that's what happens, bro. Like that's why it's important to hold yourself accountable and man up. You know what I mean? Because those processes that you go through are the ones that are ultimately gonna mold you into the man that you want to be. You know what I'm saying? Not the man that you think you want to be, like the man that you have to be.
But now you have a different mentality because some people come out there and they would consider more institutionalized, where like hey, this is fucked up, fuck this, and they have this negative attitude. I have a couple brothers like that actually in and out of prison for their whole life, and they're my age. Yeah. But ultimately, like, what gave you that positive vibe? Like, I want to do better. I can do better, and I'm all those shits. Because you know when you're in prison, it's the bottom. Yeah, you're at the bottom. No, like, you gotta no matter.
Well, I think rock bottom for me was like my dad being buried without his only son there.
That's horrible.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then my dad was in his deathbed without me there either. You feel me? So,
did you know he was sick when you were in prison?
Yeah, I knew he was sick. I just didn't know that he was gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Like. I thought we thought we were fighting cancer, you know, just like anybody else, you know, going through cancer, fighting it. We'll be all right and shit. And then, you know, he passed away, and it was just like one of the things where it was like, it was fucked up, bro. To be honest with you,
did you feel like a loser?
Yeah, hell yeah, I felt like a disappointment. Yeah. I felt like you name it, I felt like it. You know what I'm saying? Because
that's tough.
Shit, man, my dad couldn't talk towards the end, so he would send me pictures on my flip phone with messages.
Why couldn't he talk?
His cancer was in his throat, so he had it. Most of his throat removed, so he had a board. You know those boards that you have at school with the marker and you rub. He had a little white one, and that's how he would send me messages. I have look, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, dude, don't make me upset. Don't make me start crying.
I have multiple messages saved from my dad in my phone. Like I don't know what the fuck I have them here for, but I have them. You know, that's where he was writing me. Look. I'm saying he's talking about going to a forest when we got out. You know.
Oh yeah, I want to go to the camp.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so it was like that's really deep, and that's a man that every Friday.
He's saying basically when we get out, I want to go to the camp. And we can go, I don't know what the rest of that says. When we get there, we can do what? Agua, go to the water?
Yeah, go swimming, lake, shit like that. And you gotta understand, like this is a man that I grew up listening to sing every weekend, like on my front porch. Like my dad sang ranchera music, like the mariachi stuff, you know? Yeah. And his best friend would play the guitar. So when my dad was getting drunk till 2 a.m, singing all night on the front porch, my mom didn't give a fuck if I was playing out there because I was with him. So me and my cousins, that was like our shit. Let Pops get drunk. We're all running around with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So those memories are fond to me. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So when I seen that he lost his voice, I knew that it broke his heart too. You feel what I'm saying? Because he lost music. You know what I mean? And to somebody that loves music, that's fucking huge. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah. So without going into
that's
too
brutal,
much,
man.
but yeah,
that is actually really.
But that's what changed me though. To be honest with you, that's what changed me.
Another reason why you shouldn't commit crime.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. That's
the biggest reason because people fail to realize like life goes on, bro. Yeah.